enjoyed just seeing a little preview of the content of what the book looks like. Personally, I consider myself quite a detailed person, but when I went through the book, I was like, this is nothing short of genius work. It's really detailed with pictures. I mean, the only thing missing from the book is auditory learning, but you can't put audio in a print book. But that's how detailed the book is. So whether you're a visual learner or you prefer to read, whichever that you are, I can assure you that the book will help you in taking care of yourself as you get older and as well taking care of the older people in your life. Okay, thank you so much for sharing that. For those of you who might be wondering why some pages look like, it was either blurred off or half, or, there were gaps. One, it is because some of those pages are going to be pages you have to fill in specific details about the elder you will be taking care of. And secondly, some of those pages were blurred off just so you can get the actual copy where more of those details are.
Thank you again, Senator Isaiah Joko FR. Thank you very much. I've got the honor to introduce the guest of honor, my esteemed colleague, an expert in the area of elderly. And before I go into introducing Dr. Akpan, I must please clarify, as co-host on the Naija Senior platform, I would not like anyone to go away with any erroneous information. So when the author's profile was read, I heard University of Ife is the only university. I'm thinking, where did that come from? So sometimes, we do get things wrong. I apologize sincerely for that. Dr. Akpan, I'm sorry you had to hear that. that University of Ife is the only university. I thought that was hilarious. Anyway, Dr. Asangaedem Akpan is a distinguished healthcare professional. He graduated from the University of Ibadan, College of Medicine in 1992. University of Ibadan, the prestigious University of Ibadan. His expertise in general and geriatric medicine was through residency training in England, followed by a master's in philosophy from the University of Liverpool. An international fellowship at the Institute for Healthcare led to an improvement in the United States of America, led to a master's in public health from Harvard University in 2011 to 2012. Recognized with NHS Clinical Excellence Awards, which is not something people get that easy, he was promoted to honorary associate professor at the University of Liverpool 2019. Appointed as the United Nations International Consultant for Older People in July 2023, Dr. Akpan collaborated with the National Senior Citizens Center in Nigeria, establishing care standards. Now based in Western Australia, he serves as a consultant geriatrician and adjunct professor, contributing significantly to interdisciplinary learning and healthcare education, while also maintaining an impactful research and publication record. Thank you so much, Akpan, for being our guest of honor today, for gracing this occasion. My opinion about the book is naturally biased, so we're going to listen to an objective review from our guest of honor for the day. Thank you again, Dr. Akpan. I think you're unmuted.
Yes, he can unmute now. Please go ahead, sir.
Okay, good morning. It's good evening here in Australia. We're 7 hours ahead of you, but I was delighted to receive a WhatsApp message from my classmate asking me if I would be willing to do this book review. And I'm always very happy to support improving the care of older people in Nigeria. It's always my passion. I was in Nigeria last year on 2 different occasions, in Abuja and in Lagos, where I was involved in some activities to try and do that. I've spent some time going through the book, and from the title, the handbook is very welcoming and introduces a very important concept in our country, Nigeria. As you know, geriatric medicine and looking after older people is an emerging concept in Nigeria, and it's not something that most people are very knowledgeable about and familiar. The stated objective of this book is to introduce key concepts that anyone looking after an older person should have knowledge of. The author has done a great job and drawn from a broad global literature on this topic, but has customized it for our context in Nigeria. That would not have been an easy job. The key to caring for an older person anywhere is to be holistic and comprehensive. This handbook does justice to this by providing key information on very important topics related to the well-being and health of an older person. In the introductory chapter, guidance is given on the essential vital signs to be monitored in an older person. This is important as the carers will get early warning if the person starts being unwell. This will allow the nursing and medical staff to respond in a timely fashion and prevent the person's condition from getting worse. Clarity is provided on care values and how to obtain information on what is important to an older person. When we get to a certain age, there are certain things that become very important to people, and it's vital that this is obtained. So I was delighted to see that this was covered in this book. A suggestion is made for writing down key contact details of next of kin, as well as some emergency response agencies. In chapter 2, care plans are elaborated on information and knowledge on purposeful living, personal care, incontinence, communication, mobility, safety and fall prevention, nutrition and hydration, pressure ulcer prevention, social isolation, interactive games, dementia, stroke recovery, cancer support, chronic pain, cardiac care, and palliative care is given. As you can see, very comprehensive, very important topics that are relevant to older people. And a lot of this information is provided in a user-friendly format that most people will be able to digest and understand. Chapter 3 is excellent in giving details of song lists from the 50s up till the present, catering to all tastes. I really like this. Some of them are now on my Spotify favorite list, so thank you for doing this. Music is very important. It's very important for our well-being and the beautiful memories it can evoke. So this was really beautiful to see this. Excellent addition. I think there are very few books that have this sort of thing. Chapter 4 describes various mental activities that keep the brain stimulated. And like muscles, the brain needs regular stimulation to prevent it from being deconditioned. Chapter 5 provides key tools to use in supporting the care of an older person. I would like to focus on one. There are many tools there, but let me focus on one called the 480, which is to diagnose delirium. This is an acute confusional state, and it is not uncommon that an older person who gets unwell develops this condition. And the danger with this is that it can easily be misdiagnosed as dementia, and it isn't. So it was excellent to see that we're using an internationally recognized tool in this handbook to help people recognize this very common condition. Chapter 6 and 7 gives examples of reports that healthcare professionals write. And this is important so that the carers would know the type of information that they need to collect so that the healthcare professionals can easily record this information. And what is great is that there are lots of references provided for those who might want to do further reading. I think the icing on the cake for me was the last bit, which has about 50 proverbs from our culture. That is wonderful and will certainly resonate with both the caregiver and the older person receiving care. I commend this handbook to anyone interested in or providing care to older people, especially in our country, Nigeria. At a recent national workshop with the National Senior Citizen Center and the United Nations Department of Economic and Social Affairs, I facilitated with others the development of minimum care standards for older people. And this book adds value to that. And I look forward to the care of our older citizens in Nigeria benefiting from all these developments. I want to thank the author, Busola Shogbamimu, and my classmate, Dr. Akintola, for giving me this honor of giving a review for this excellent handbook to caring for older people in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Akpan. Okay, please go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah, I was just going to say a special thank you to Dr. Akpan. Thank you very, very much for responding at short notice and then thinking about the timing. Honestly, I deeply appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Over to you, Victory.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Thank you once again, Dr. Akpan. Can I see, I know I had seen some of the digital claps earlier. Can we do some more of that just to show a bit of appreciation to a special guest? Thank you so much, Dr. Akpan. Very quickly, because we're also trying to keep to our time, considering and respecting everybody's schedule for the day. I will be moving next to acknowledging our guests again. We do recognize that there are a number of people who probably, when we did the introductions earlier, they were not in the room. So I'll just quickly go over that acknowledgement of their presence. Once again, we're very grateful. We're very thankful. We express our immense gratitude that you're here. You've decided to spend your morning, your afternoon, or your evening with us wherever you have joined this meeting from. In our midst today, we have representatives of government offices, commissioners, chairpersons of, and members of various elder supportive institutions. We also have representatives from other care institutions,